to the lighting. Let's just show this blind real quick. Let me see. Okay, that's better. All right. What's up, YouTube friends? What's up, YouTube family? Once again, this is France. Your boy France. Not France. France. I get that a lot, France. With F&J Unique Auto. You know, I know I haven't made another video since the last one I made when I first got my dealer license. And from the last one I made, I've received a lot of positive feedback from people all over. People from California reach out to me, North Carolina. A lot of people reach out to me, ask questions, and I try to answer it as best that I can to those questions. And so I decided to make another video to update you guys and how I've been doing. And I'm about to go renew my license sometime next week. It's been 2 years already. Yeah, time's flying. So I wanted to update you guys to you know, to help you guys prevent some of the mistake when you first get in the game. You know, when you first get your dealer license, you're excited, you're ready to go to the auction, because once you get, even though sometimes when you go into the auction, you say, okay, I'm gonna try to make this mistake. I'm gonna try to not buy this car, this type of car. But sometimes when you get to the auctions, it's like the game kind of changed, because you're in the heat of the moment, like you want to bid on a car, you know, and sometimes the game plan you had is out the window. So I'm gonna talk to you guys about some of the mistakes that I've made, and where I was getting my cars from, where I'm getting my cars from now, the difference between where I was getting my cars from and where I'm getting my cars from now. Well, now I get my cars from CarMax. I'm in Delaware, and so I'm close to Baltimore, DC, Virginia, Jersey, New York. So I'm right in the middle. So I could go east. You know, I could go. I'm an hour 30 minutes from Jersey, Philly. You know, so. And talk to you guys about routine. So and everything you do, you gotta have a routine. You know, you can't just go to go. So, you know, if you're Mondays you go get cars, so Mondays you gotta go get cars and come back, clean them, and get them ready for the auction to sell. So you gotta have a routine. You gotta clean them cars, because when you get those cars at the auction, they are filthy. Some other cars are filthy, I'm telling you. So I just want to talk to you guys, just give you guys a little update, because the last video I made, like I said, I received a lot of positive feedback. So I want to, you know, give you guys a little update. So here we go. So how I've been good. It's been 2 years already. So I have, you know, now I have some cars under my belt that I've sold. So this is my 2019. I got my 2018 and 2019. It's all my bill of sales, 2019. So this phone, you can't switch the camera, like, I don't know. So I have 2019, a good amount. I count them. I'm around 80 cars. Some may say it's good, some may say it's not good. But to me, I'm okay with that. I've sold 80 cars, probably 80. Last night I had an auction, sold 3. And Tuesday I had an auction, I sold 4. So I haven't counted these and these yet. So probably sell 100 to 110 for the year. Now, we could do the math. If I was when I was working at Amazon, I was making $35,000 a year. After taxes, you looking like 29,000, right? So imagine if you buy 100 cars, if you sell 100 cars, making 500. Now you're not gonna make the same amount on every car. You're not going to do that. You're not going to make the same amount on every single car. But a profit is a profit. A positive is positive. So some cars you may make $500 on it. Some cars I've made $2,000. Some cars I've made $3,000 profit on them. So it depends on the car, the mileage, the year, the condition, you know, how the interior look. Everything counts. when you go to the auction. So what I do, like now, when I first started, I was getting my cars at CarMax. I mean Manheim, right? I was getting my cars at Manheim, Baltimore on Tuesday, and on Wednesday I was in Jersey, and sometime Thursday I was in Virginia. It was like 4 hours, almost 3.5, 4 hours for me. I was there, but Manheim is a big company. They have a lot of cars, so you don't have time to go to them cars. So I was buying a lot of BS cars. Like if I buy 10 cars, 4, 5 would have problems, major problems, because I was new to it. And not saying that Manheim's you can't get good cars from Manheim's, but me, I know my market. You have to know your market. You have to know where you are. Me in Delaware, I know people not buying cars. No, not just in Delaware. Wherever you are, if you're watching this video, wherever you are, know your market, because you're in your market. People now in Delaware, in Dover, Delaware, around Delaware, people they have $2,500 to $3,000 to buy a car cash. You know what I'm saying? But somebody may not have $5,000 in the bank to go to buy a car, or $6,000. You see what I'm saying? So I know my market. The cars that I buy, I could sell them for $2,500, $3,000. Perfect example. Last night I sold a car. I sold a car. I bought it for $1,200 to $1,425. I don't know if you guys could see it. A 2009 Chevy Malibu. Bought it for $1,200 last Monday. Cleaned it up. Hasn't had no issues. And sold it last night for $2,600. On a week, that's one car. I ran 12 cars last night. I ran 12 cars, sold 4. That's good. You can't be greedy. You can't be greedy. Sell 4, and I make what? After the auction take their fees, I make around $900 profit. That's on one car. If you sell 4, you make $900 on this one, you make $800 on this one, $500 on that one. You add it together. That's good. To me, that's good. It's depend on how satisfied you are. So yeah, so know your market, because people don't have a lot of like $6,000-$7,000 to put in a car, but people have $2,500 to $3,000. So me, that's the kind of cars I look to buy to flip. And so I was getting my cars from Manheim. So I was getting a lot of a lot of cars with problems, and I had to spend more money. So I lost a lot of money in the beginning. So you're going to lose money in the beginning, because it's going to happen. You're going to buy a car that needs a transmission. Then if you don't know where to get a transmission for a low, and I'm going to talk about that too. I'm in Delaware, so I have a guy in Philly I get transmission from for a good price. He give me a good price. The Orthodox. That's what they call. My man Ron. Ron, he call him up. Yo, I need a transmission. I need this part, that part. Look it up for me. Give me the price. I go pick it up, take it to my mechanic. If the juice worth the squeeze, something I'll be saying. So I don't want to be all over the place. So yeah. So know your market. So now, about 1.5 years ago, I went to CarMax. And I like how CarMax is in Maryland, in Lower Maryland. So on CarMax, on the window, it will tell you major engine defects or transmission defects. You know what I'm saying? It'll tell you, so you kind of have an idea what you're buying. Opposed to Manheim, you just buying. You see the car coming to the block, you bid on it, you have no idea if you had a transmission problem or engine defects or none of that. So when I went the first time to CarMax, I'm like, yo, I kind of like that. So you kind of know what you're getting to, what you're buying. So it's up to you. If you can't fix it, you have a mechanic. It's glare. If you have a mechanic, to fix it, so you have an idea. So that's why I get since then, I've been going to CarMax every Monday. They used to have CarMax here on Maryland on Mondays, and I used to go to Jersey on Tuesdays, and they have one on Tuesday in the morning on Tuesdays, and afternoon on Tuesdays in Newark, Delaware. But now they changed all of them on Monday, so I can only be in one place at a time. So I go to Baltimore, Lower Maryland, which is you could get at least 10 if you know, depending on how much inventory you're trying to get. You could get at least 10 cars, you know. I've gotten like 10 to 15 cars a day, you know. So you could get some inventories from there, because they be having around like 700 to 1,000 cars every Monday. So you could find 10 cars, you know, 10 cars a week, every Monday, 40 cars a month, you know. So yeah, so the cars what kind of cars I get. So like I said, know your market. See what kind of cars you see on the road, what kind of cars you think is popular, what kind of cars that you buy that sell faster than others. So like here, Nissan Maxima, Altima, Vans, my mind's gonna blank for a minute. Like the minivans, Jeep, the Liberties, Jeep Commanders, what the cars? BMWs. It depends on the what series. 745 sell at the auctions. They sell. And so New York market, what kind of car you see on the road, people are buying. And I stay away from salvage titles. I buy clean titles, because when you buy a car, you wanna sell it as soon as possible to get your money back with the profit, right? So some people do it, but I try not. I bought two salvage titles, and one of them was a mistake. I didn't know it was salvage, and the second one I knew, but I kind of judged it. I wanted to keep the car for myself, and somebody ended up buying it because the year and the mileage the car, you know, that person didn't care. But at the auction, you have to announce it at the auction so people to know that it's a salvage title. Because if you have a salvage title and you don't announce it at the auction, somebody buys it, and then later when they get the paperwork and titles and see that it's a salvage, since you didn't announce it, they can't get their money back. So you don't want that. So I stay away from those cars. So I buy clean titles. And like I said, my routines back on Monday mornings, I make my list over the weekend and see what I'm interested in. Sometimes you get some of the cars on my list. Sometimes I get outbid. And at the auction, I don't want to make this video long, like 15 minutes top. Don't try to, let's say I have a car on my list and I know this car could sell for $2,500 or $3,000, and this other dealer bid store that I like at $1,000. We get to 15. I'm like, okay, 15, and after dealer fee at 17, you gonna sell that car for 2,500. Because some dealers, they will go head to head with another person and make the price of the car go higher than it should have, you know. So I don't do that. If I want the car, I know I want to pay $1,200 for the car. Once you get to $1,200, I might do 13 or 14, depending on how the car looks and the condition, the mileage. But if you see some people, like there's this guy in at the auction, he does that all the time. The bid could start at 1,000, and the car, people bidding on it 1,000, 11, 12. He goes 2,000. Then when he gives you 2,000 and you go jump on 21, then he stopped. So now you paying all that money for the car. You know what I'm saying? So try not to get into that. Like I don't get into it. There's 900 cars to 1,000 cars. I'm sure I will find another car. Because sometimes the car that I have on my list that I didn't get, I end up getting a better car, better mileage, and better condition than the one, the guy paid $2,000 for it. I paid $1,000 for mine. You know what I'm saying? So you got to judge it. You have to judge it. And if you go into the auction for the first time, and mistake I was making, I would stay inside where the auctioneer is. It's loud. So if the engine and the transmission is making a noise, you may not hear it. But go out there, check your list, because I make a list every Sunday night before I go. Go when the car's coming, at least do a 30-second visual. Go around the car, see if any body damage. Check to see if it's overheating. Like, listen to the engine, because you gotta look at it this way. If you was buying the car at the auction, when you look at the body, look how clean it is in the inside. See if it's got engine lights. See if the interior is good. Look at the tires. See if it's overheating. Like, if if the engine making a noise or transmission, listen to the stuff, because when I'm selling a car, when my cars come into the line, that's what I see people looking for. They listen to the engine, look at the tires, look at the body. This is why I clean the hell out of my cars. There's some dealers, they buy the car here, it's all dirty, all trash in it. They just take it wherever they gonna take it and run it to the auction dirty, just like they got it. Your car's not gonna sell like that. People like clean stuff. People like things that listen. Their car could have a bad transmission, right? It ran into the lane, but the car is clean with some. I remember I bought a 2006 Magnum. I only bought it because he had some 24s on it. Cause I know once people see that, they're gonna be like, "Oh, this car clean." It has a little dents on it. Those 24s, I already saw it, because sometimes you have to see it in your head. When you see that car is coming to the block, you have to see, damn, okay, I could clean that little dent. I could zip tie this thing, tighten it up, and you have to see it. And I bought that car on Monday, take it home, clean it. Tuesday night, went into the auctions, sold it for $3,700. Only bought it for $1,200 plus dealer fee, $1,425. Sold it for $37. And the people that was buying it, they was bidding on the car, they was happy. Oh, look at this car. Oh, look at those rims. I'm like, yeah, I cleaned the hell out of these rims. And they bought that car, they was happy. The car, the car had no issues, but the rims would make the car sell more. You know what I'm saying? So when you see a car, like, picture it clean. Like, sometimes some cars you're gonna buy, the car is good, but the inside, you gotta do some work. Like me, let me see. If I sell 100 cars, I clean every single one of them. Every single one of them. My dad be helping me sometimes, like when he has time. But we clean every single one of these cars. Because people like clean cars. Because when you buy a car, you don't want to buy a car with trash in the back seat. Like, it's all dust. Like, you want something nice and clean. So I clean your cars, man. Because I know some dealers, they stay home on the computer. They buy cars online. And when they transporter bring the cars to them, they find out the car's making noise, and the cars, I go to the auctions to at least see what I'm buying and touch it, because that's your money you're investing. You know what I'm saying? So that's your money you're investing. So what else should I cover? I don't know, man. If you guys have any things that want me to cover or talk about, and let me know. Comment on the below. Let me know. Y'all could send me a message. I will reply, the best of my knowledge. And if I don't know, I'll find out, ask other dealers, because I learned from other dealers, so I learn. So every day you learn. I make mistakes and I learn from them. So now, if you go early. So if I have 20 or 30 cars on my list, I may not get all 30 cars that I want to get, but I might get at least 5 or 7. But those 5 or 7, you go early, you check them, and make sure you know what you're getting. So when I'm bidding on the car, I don't even look at the car, because I check them. I'll go early, an hour early. I check the cars. Sometimes you go and you see people checking the car, because they didn't check it. They didn't check it before. So when sometimes you're at the auction, you see a dealer sitting in the back or sitting in the back, the car's coming through, they bidding on the car. They already know, they already checked that car. They know the car's good. So that's why you might see somebody in the cut just bidding on a car. So I don't know, man. Just let me know what else you guys want me to talk about, and I will try to cover it. So once again, this is your boy France from F&J Unique Auto. Just wanted to, do a little quick video. I wanted to be 15 minutes, but it's about to be 20. So if you watch this video, I'm gonna send you $20. $20, all right? All right. So yeah. So let me know, man. What else you guys want me to cover, talk about, So I get my cars from CarMax. I'm in close to Laurel, and I think they are the biggest. Cause I be looking, cause when you download the CarMax thing, the app, the one in Laurel is the one that be having the most cars from the East Coast. I think they are the biggest ones. So I'm glad I could go to that one. Cause the one I used to go to in Jersey, they be having like 80 cars, and the one in Newark, Delaware, they be having like 50 to 60 cars. On a good day, they might have 75 to 80 cars. So I go to that one that have 900 cars, so I get all my cars from there. And yeah, in my routines on Mondays, I come back with the cars, and Tuesday if I have to pick up some more, I do, and come home and clean it and take it to the public auction, try and sell it as fast as possible. All right, so peace.